Hey, what's up guys? Movie Maniac here. Continuing on with our marathon of Godzilla reviews. Actually, the most unfortunate... we all knew this was coming. The American 1998 Godzilla. Yeah, I knew I was going to review this one as well. Since this is part of Godzilla, a lot of people say this one doesn't count, but Toho just made it official as an official Toho monster. But yeah, unfortunately, I had to count this one. But this one's also really important to my life too, and I will tell you why. So, basically, I'm not going to explain the plot, because, the plot is so stupid, because... I'll just do a short synopsis. There's a scientist named Dr. Nico Dopoulos? Something like that? I don't know. I can't pronounce his last name. But, yeah, there's a scientist that's trying to find Godzilla, trying to find this not Godzilla, and then, Zilla just goes around destroying the city. All that crap. We all heard this before. Yeah, so we all know this one's pretty bad. But here's the thing. Here's why I think this one is really important to my life. Because I remember when I was just a kid and I was with my cousin. My cousin showed me this movie, the 1998 movie, first. I didn't see any Japanese version. I didn't see any Japanese Godzilla before this one. This was when I saw Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla right after this one. Well, my cousin showed me this one, and I really got into it. When I was just a kid. I know it's it's a really not so good. It's not a good movie, but when I was a kid, I enjoyed it. I really liked the monster scenes. I liked the battle scenes and everything. It's interesting. I didn't mind the CGI when I was a kid. It was pretty interesting. It was really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And then that was when right after I was watching, that was right after when I actually liked this movie, and I was looking through TV, and that's how I saw or got into the Japanese Godzilla, by watching Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. So yeah, that's also another movie that's really important to my life, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, because that's how I got into the Japanese Godzilla. So yeah, so if it wasn't for this movie, I would not be a Godzilla fan. I would not be here. I wouldn't be wearing this shirt. I wouldn't have all this behind me. I wouldn't have all the movies. I would not have seen all of them if it wasn't for 1998. Because this 1998 is super important, because that's how I got introduced to Godzilla for the most part. I know, it's sad and unfortunate. You grew up with the 98 version. Wow, you're such a loser and everything. I know, which I am kind of ashamed of that, but at the same time though, I'm glad that Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla is the first Godzilla I've ever, or mostly first Japanese Godzilla movie I've ever seen. This one was just there, just to introduce me to Godzilla. So, really, I gotta give thanks for this movie for introducing me to Godzilla. So, yeah. But, as a movie on its own, what do I think of it? It sucks. You guys all know what's coming. I don't like the 1998 Godzilla. But here's the thing, though. Here's the things I don't like about the movie. I'll just give away out my chest. So, characters, so boring. Actors, terrible in this movie. Matthew Broderick. Really? Matthew Broderick is, well, not technically a great actor, because whenever I see, Matthew Broderick in movies, I usually don't like him in movies. Except for Ferris Bueller and Lion King. Those are the movies that I would accept him in for, for acting career. But for this Godzilla, he is just so annoying. He's just so bland and everything. So yeah, characters, not that interesting. Screenplay and just dialogue. Dialogue is so boring. It's your usual New York talking crap and stuff like that. I don't know. I just hate it. So yeah, mostly I hate the human characters. Human characters are the worst. I hate how they're written. I'm especially disappointed that this was written by the same guys who did Independence Day. Which, Independence Day wasn't a great movie, but it was decent. I liked it because of the action and fun and entertainment. And another thing I liked about that movie was just the characters. There's like stereotypes that are pretty interesting actually. Like Jeff Goldblum's the scientist, Will Smith's the black pilot and everything. But in this movie here, you got like Matthew Broderick, Hank Azaria, and Henry Shearer. Even Nancy Cartwright makes a cameo in this movie, which... Wait. Is the Simpson cast just in this movie? I don't know. This is so weird. But anyways, yeah, mostly I hate the human characters and dialogue. But what do I think of Godzilla, or not Godzilla, Zilla, on his own? Well, here's the thing. I actually like Zilla if he was his own monster. Like, I'm so what I really like about Zilla, if he was just a monster on his own, he looks pretty cool. I mean, I love the way that there's how like this monster looks as an iguanosaur, dinosaur looking look. I mean, he looks really cool, and I really like the way he looks. I like his roar and everything, and I like the idea that he can run fast and everything. Except I don't get why they say that he can easily disappear in a city, even though he's a big giant monster, which it's weird. But the thing is, what I don't like about this Zilla is mostly just the directors and just producer just saying, oh no, this is the real Godzilla. I mean, this is your true Godzilla. Oh yeah, this is the real deal we're talking about. I mean, like, let me just get it. I mean, like, come on. He looks exactly like this guy. Come on, just admit, he looks a lot like him. That's one thing I hate about this Zilla. It's just that they're trying to make him look like the original classic Godzilla, which it doesn't. I mean, for one thing, Godzilla does not look like an iguana dinosaur. I mean, I can understand Godzilla being a dinosaur. Even Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, they explained how Godzilla was a dinosaur in the beginning. But don't make Godzilla look like a iguana T-Rex dinosaur. I mean, it's just, I don't know why, but this looks nothing like Godzilla. I mean, sure, they got the spines, but that's just about it. Nothing else. I mean, he's even smaller than Godzilla, which that's another problem. Like, there's this logo, or this slogan in the movie called "Size Does Matter." Oh, really? Why is he small? And, of course, why is he weak? Like, he's weaker than Godzilla. I mean, he got taken down by planes. I mean, this isn't King Kong. This is Godzilla. Godzilla doesn't get killed or hit by bullets or missiles. Which, it would be fine if Godzilla or Zilla was just a monster on his own. But as Godzilla, though, they got, like, a lot of things wrong with Zilla. I mean, even, they don't have his atomic breath, which, that is so disappointing, because even if they did had if they had Zilla breathe fire, then I would say, okay, then I can see this as Godzilla. I mean, just a tiny bit. I mean, they could have made it better, but you know what? But, he doesn't have his trademark, atomic breath. Which, it's so disappointing. Which, also, I'm hoping for the new Godzilla movie, the 2014 movie, that Godzilla would have his atomic breath. I mean, we haven't seen Godzilla's 2014's, like, atomic breath in the trailers, which it kind of gets me worried, because even if they don't, that'll be kind of a big problem. I mean, and that's this thing with the 1998 Godzilla. The big problem is that Godzilla doesn't, or Zilla, I'm sorry, I keep calling this thing Godzilla, even though I know it's not. It doesn't breathe fire. I mean, sometimes it blow on, like, cars and explodes, which it's kind of weird, but for the most part, it doesn't breathe fire. You can't just do that. I mean, even I heard from the news that they're trying to be realistic, which, you can't just do that. I mean, here's the thing. Like, in 2014 movie, they're taking an unrealistic character and putting it in a realistic world. I mean, you don't have to put the character in a realistic world, but change it to at least look realistic. I mean, seriously though, I say this is like the most look real. I think this one looks more realistic than the 1998 Zilla. I mean, seriously, that's just, why make it realistic? I mean, no, I mean, like I said, they're not. I mean, like I said before, I feel like they're trying to make a remake of King Kong, but instead they're just like, oh, hey, look, we could do Godzilla. Why don't we ruin it and make it like King Kong and you get shot by missiles? That is just really stupid. So, yeah. For the most part, I don't like this movie, but I do like it for its action and entertainment, and I actually really like the way how Zilla looks like. I mean, if he was just a monster on his own, but for the requirements to fit Godzilla, none. Just absolutely none. I mean, sure, they got the spines or the spikes on his back, right? But for the most part, they got them all wrong. But I like it for the action and entertainment. I mean, I'm not saying it's a horrible movie. I mean, it's sort of like Star Wars Episode 1 and Phantom Menace. It's a bad movie, but it's not worth pounding on or saying it's the worst movie ever made in the like film history book or anything like that. It's an entertaining bad movie, I would say. Not like one of those cheesy bad movies you would watch, but just, you would only watch it for entertainment, but you don't care about the characters. That's what I feel like with this movie now. I mean, back then as a kid, I liked it. I thought it was really cool. But at this point now, I don't like it. But I like the entertainment, though, and the action scenes. I even don't mind the CGI at all. I mean, some people say the CGI throws them off. But I don't mind it at all. So, yeah. For the most part, I don't like this movie. But I like it for its entertainment. And for at least trying to give, like, at least a cool monster look. If it's not trying to be Godzilla. But yeah. But instead it's trying to be Godzilla. So that's kind of disappointing. So yeah. I will give this movie mostly a D. It's a pretty bad movie. But I still watch it though. Just for the action scenes, like I said. So, my last question is, what did you think of the 1998 Godzilla or Zilla? Comment that down below. Check out my other videos. They're really cool. Like and subscribe. Like my page on Facebook. See ya.